All right, let's talk about wealth, but we're going to look at it through a completely different lens, not from a financial advisor, but from a divine blueprint. It's this idea that real prosperity isn't about how much you can stack up, but how deeply you can align yourself with a certain way of being. So let's dive right in.
So let's kick things off with a puzzle we've all seen play out. You have two people, right? On paper, they make the exact same amount of money. But for one of them, life just works. They seem to be growing, they're at peace, they have enough to share. And the other person? They're a bundle of nerves, constantly worried, always feeling like they're falling behind. So what's the real difference here? Because it's clearly not just about the paycheck.
Well, the Qur'an offers a really profound answer to that puzzle. It suggests that we're all looking at the wrong thing. The secret sauce isn't in the number itself, but in our alignment with a divine system. In this worldview, real, lasting wealth is actually just a side effect of getting that alignment right.
And that leads to this huge mental shift, a total reframe. The goal is no longer to chase money. Instead, the goal is to work on yourself, to become the kind of person that wealth can be entrusted to, someone it can actually stick with. And this isn't just some feel-good motivational quote. The sources describe it as a literal divine prescription for how prosperity works. So, you're probably asking, okay, how do I get aligned? Well, the sources lay out 7 specific keys. Now, don't think of these as a random checklist. They're more like interlocking gears in one big system, all designed to create a life of, well, abundance and peace. Let's break down the first one.
So key number 1 is gratitude, or Shukr in Arabic. And this is so much more than just saying thank you. It's an entire attitude. It's about actively recognizing everything you already have and, this is the important part, using it in the right way. It's a conscious state of being that actually primes you to receive more.
And check this out. This isn't framed as a friendly tip. The Quran states it like a law of the universe, as certain as gravity. If you are grateful, I will surely increase you. It's a direct cause and effect promise. Gratitude itself becomes the engine for increase.
That attitude of gratitude then prepares the ground for the second key, taqwa. This is a big concept, but you can think of it as God consciousness or simply living ethically, doing the right thing, especially when no one's watching. And the promise attached to this is just wild. Living with integrity literally creates opportunities for you that you could never have planned for or predicted.
And the verse here just spells it out. The reward for someone with taqwa is that they'll be provided for from where he does not expect. I mean, think about that. That totally rewrites the rules of the game. It means your provision is no longer limited to just your salary or your business strategy. Living ethically can open doors you didn't even know existed.
So our third key is istighfar, which means seeking forgiveness. Now, this isn't about feeling guilty all the time. A better way to think of it is like spiritual maintenance. You know how a pipe can get clogged with gunk and slow the water flow? The idea here is that our own mistakes can create these invisible blockages to our provision, our risk. Istighfar is how you clear the pipes. And the link is made crystal clear here. The prophet Noah is telling his people to seek forgiveness. And what's the result? An increase in very tangible things like wealth and children. So the takeaway is huge. Sometimes the problem isn't a lack of opportunity. It's a blockage in the path that's keeping the opportunity from reaching you.
Okay, so once that path is clear, we can talk about the flow itself. And that brings us to key number 4, charity or sadaqah. This introduces a whole economic model that goes completely against our natural instincts of fear and scarcity. It's this radical idea that what you give away doesn't shrink your wealth, it actually grows it.
To explain this, the Quran uses this incredible farming metaphor. Giving isn't like a vending machine where you put $1 in and get $1 of value out. It's like planting a single seed that sprouts into a massive harvest. And the return it describes isn't just double or triple.
It's 700 times. Yeah, that number is so huge it's almost hard to imagine. It's meant to completely shatter our default fear-based logic that says, if I give this away, I'll have less. And that really is the internal battle, isn't it? It's two voices inside your head. Fear is always whispering, hold on tight, there's not enough. But faith, which is strengthened by this practice, says, let it go. The source is infinite, and whatever you give will be replaced, and probably with even more.
Now, if charity is about sending wealth outward, key number 5, sila-e-rahmi, is about making sure the network it flows through is strong. This basically means maintaining your family ties.
The principle here is that wealth doesn't just grow in a spreadsheet, it thrives inside a healthy, supportive web of human relationships.
And the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, makes this link completely explicit. You want your provision expanded, your income to grow? Don't just network at a business conference, call your sister, visit your parents. The deep insight here is that when family relationships break down, it can actually choke off the flow of blessings and support into your life.
Which brings us to key number 6. And this one is such a perfect antidote for our modern world of burnout and anxiety. It's the beautiful balance of making a real effort, but combining it with trust, or tawakkul. It means you are absolutely required to work hard and strive, but you do it with a calm heart, knowing the final results are not in your hands.
And these two verses, side by side, just capture this balance perfectly. The first one says, man will have only what he strives for. Okay, so you got to do the work, no sitting around waiting for a miracle. But then the other verse promises, whoever relies upon Allah, he is sufficient for him. It gives you permission to let go of the stress. It's the ultimate formula. Work hard, but sleep soundly.
And that leads us to the final key, number 7, contentment, or qana'ah. Now, this doesn't mean having zero ambition. It's about being deeply at peace with what you have right now, even while you work towards more. It's even described as the wealth that protects wealth, because it's the thing that saves you from making stupid, reckless decisions based on greed or trying to keep up with the Joneses.
And this piece of wisdom from the Prophet just redefines the entire finish line. Real wealth isn't a number in your bank account. It's a state of being in your soul. I mean, if you have millions but your soul is constantly anxious and wanting more, are you actually rich? Contentment, that's the real treasure. So when you step back and look at all of these together, you realize it's not just a list of nice ideas. It's a complete, interconnected system. See how they all work together? Gratitude attracts more. Taqwa opens doors to it. Istighfar clears the obstacles. Charity multiplies it. Kinship keeps it flowing. Tawakkul keeps your effort from burning you out. And contentment protects the whole thing.
And that really brings us all the way back to that fundamental shift we started with. The question our culture is obsessed with is all about quantity. How much do you make? But this Quranic framework pushes us to ask a totally different question. A question of quality. Are you aligned? Because at the end of the day, the core premise is this. When your inner world, your heart, your character is aligned with these divine principles, wealth isn't something you have to chase anymore. It just follows. And, maybe most importantly, when it does show up, it doesn't bring more stress and new problems with it. It arrives as a true blessing, not a heavy burden. And that right there might be the greatest wealth of all.